center froze. I'm really who the pen chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name up who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Sticking up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Me and them, yeah, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be caught like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heavy and they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Cards, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throw caught there by Osborne. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
With it is Brown. And he's going to be out up around the 45 45-yard line. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Ready, break.
Now the NFL's leader in rushing touchdowns last year is James Conner. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and
he's going to go down. They sack him back right around 30. Zadarius Smith collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Here's Tua. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
To try again after the sack. Tua. And, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Prater's kick is good, and the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Cousins. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on the receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
With the score, Cardinals 3, Vikings 0.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Tua now on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
Let's go.
Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that will keep this a 3-point game. So an 8-play drive gets him down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
This offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Cousins on the keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain, and that leads to a Minnesota 1st down. Well, the Vikings at 2-4 here in the first half of the year, and they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
Award that tackle for loss to the safety, Buda Baker. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Cousins. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Cardinals are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. After the turnover, it's Tua. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Tua now on 1st down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by who else? The former Cardinal, Patrick Peterson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick six on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Tua. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. It got his man complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Ryan Asamoah brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
From the gun, it's Tua. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Prater's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Ready to go with next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and can be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
To his throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the draw, counter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Tua sets up to pass it, and he's got it complete to Anderson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 35 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush will just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tua. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cards have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
On the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as it gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown. Vikings. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Now Cousins going to bring his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. It's complete, and he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Running room at the 50, look out. 20. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime makes had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he barely gets it out of the end zone to the 1. What a disaster. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward. But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the middle with Cook.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run the counter with Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Now Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
Touchdown, Vikings.
KJ Osborne.
31 yards.
And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Tua. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone the